Hi, y'all. Today is Sunday, the 16th, and your girl. Let me tell y'all something, okay? So, I have some updates for you guys, okay? And we're going to do it one at a time. So, I got a new job. My current job is still up in limbo between short-term disability. Now, obviously, as of last week, I should have been back to work, but I was trying to figure out what's going on. No calls back from my short-term disability caseworker. So needless to say, while this is all up in limbo, your girl, we have to have a backup plan, okay? We have to have a backup plan. So let me tell you, let me tell you, um, oh, there's just so many updates to give y'all, but this one is strictly about my new job. So your girl's gonna be working back for Amazon, and I'm going to be working at a sortation center. Now, if you guys know, in the past, I have worked at Amazon twice. First time I worked there was at a delivery station. I was a white badge, and then I did eventually turn into, I was a blue badge, which is like seasonal, and then I turned into a white badge, the conversion, whatever, it's one or the other. So I eventually got that, and I was there for a while, and then they terminated like the flex program. So at that point, I was picking up my shifts. I only had to work 4 hours per week to stay active. And once they got rid of that, I left. Roll around to the following year, I was like, oh, let me see about working for Amazon again. This time I worked for Amazon Prime Now, which is Amazon Fresh. So I didn't do the deliveries for the groceries, but I was in the warehouse packing the customers' orders for the delivery drivers to pick up. I have videos on my Amazon experiences. So if you're interested, there's a playlist for Amazon, okay? I have a playlist for Amazon. I have a playlist for Kohl's, I believe. Because both Kohl's and Amazon, I have been back multiple times. So for this one, Amazon will be my third time. Now, I did have an issue. So the first time I signed up for this new job, because as I mentioned, my job is up in limbo. Nobody was getting back to me about short-term disability. So if you have ever gone out on work, it's a very stressful time when companies or like the insurance companies are taking forever. And for me, I'm like, well, what if my claim gets denied? Now, I'm just thinking the worst, okay? I'm a single mom. I'm a widow, okay? I'm a single mom. I'm a widow. So everything falls back on me. Now, yes, I do have savings. I have an emergency fund, but I have savings. I don't want to touch the emergency fund. I have my savings, which I have videos about, and I don't want to, obviously, I don't want to deplete that, right? I I wanted time off from work to focus on my mental health because I deal with depression and anxiety, but I also deal with seasonal depression, and my seasonal depression kicked in, you guys, and I'm just like, I need help. I need to get back on medication because I've been off of it. So anyways, being the smart person that I am, as I have matured, I have learned that even though asking for help is hard, if it's necessary, it's necessary. Now, as I mentioned, my anxiety has been feeling a lot better with the medication. My mood, okay, it's up and down. I don't think medication will really help out. I mean, to the severity that I was at, I'm able to get up out of bed. I'm not as irritable right now. So things are in the up and up. But anyways, with that being up in limbo, I'm like, Candace, Amazon got to be hiring. You like Amazon. Now, I know a lot of people bash Amazon. Some people, I have a good work ethic, okay? Some people go in thinking things are going to be fun or that they're going to be laid back, not having to work hard. With Amazon, that's not going to be the case, you guys. I feel like Amazon is cool to work at. It's about being productive, you know? Any job should be about you being productive, you know? So, so yeah. So anyways, what I want to say, I was looking on their Amazon.com job delivers or something like that. Anyways, their website for their warehouse workers. I was looking to go back to the original delivery station that I was at. And I finally seen one that was not full-time. Because in my mind, I'm like, if I'm able to go back to once short-term disability figures out what's going on, I want to make sure that, for one, it doesn't mess up with my part-time job that's in limbo. Plus, I don't want to work 40 hours for any company, right? So there was always full-time jobs at this location. I figured this one's closer to my house. It's like 5 miles away. And I've been there before, so I feel comfortable. I'm pretty sure after all of these years, well, it's been like 2-3 years since I've worked at the delivery station. I'm pretty sure they probably changed things up, because I know when I was leaving, they were changing some things, or how, things were operated. So I know there will be a change, but at least I was comfortable with it. I knew what the job entailed. So a flex position came up. I seen a flex position. Flex position was basically you could pick your shifts that you want. You have to work at least, or work up to 19 hours per week. And I'm like, great, because if I can go back to my part-time job, that's 20 hours a week. Now, if I can get this flex, I'm at 19, this is 19 hours. So I'm like, man, I'll be at 39 hours. It's like me being full-time, but I'm not giving one company 40 hours per week. Plus, Amazon is going to be flexible. So if I have an off day with my mood, I don't have to pick up a shift, So I'm like, great. Your girl does the application. I go to set up a new hire orientation. Basically, you go in, you take your badge photo, you give them your I-9 documents. I just brought in my passport card, and they go over the job. You do your drug test, your drug swab. I got that out the way with. They were like, in the next couple of days, once like your drug test goes through and so forth, we'll be reaching back out to you. So like a week went past, I didn't hear anything. Now, mind you, I've worked for Amazon twice before. The first time I worked for them, there was just like a lot of issues going on with the new hire stuff. So it was like a lot of calls. So I know Amazon is not streamless with their new hire, because they hire so many people. You would think by now it would be streamless, but it's not. So I log into the Amazon delivers with my information, and I go to the job I applied for, okay? And it says choose a shift. I'm like, I already chose a shift. I went to the new hire event. So why all of a sudden now it's acting like I have to start this process all over again? So I get onto the chat. Oh no, I had them call me. I reached out on there's like a way for you to say contact us. There's like a way you could chat or have them give you a call. They have FAQs. And I'm like, I want to talk with somebody. So they ended up calling me. It was right after, after I type in my phone number. Well, my phone number's already in the system, but I just, requested that they give me a call. So right after I put that in, within less than a couple of seconds, I get a call. The representative goes on to tell me that, oh, it looks like you didn't make it to your new hire event. I'm like, what? I said, I went to my new hire event, I said, I did my drug test. I gave you my I-9 document. And they were like, wait, let me take a look at this. Oh yeah, it shows here that you passed your drug test. You got your I-9 information. So I'm like, so obviously that shows you that I was at the new hire event. That's not stuff you could do from home. You have to be doing it at the new hire event. They said, yeah, that's super weird. What I'm gonna do is have somebody from that facility HR department give you a call. So I'm like, okay, something didn't sit right with me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I ended up going through chat, and I just wanted them to reiterate. I'm like, do you see that I was in attendance? They said, yeah, we see that you were in attendance, but then it looks like you did not show up for your appointment. So I'm like, okay, so the second person, this one, the second time was through chat. I'm like, okay, Amazon, here you go again, right? A day or two passes, and I get a call from, I think it was like over the weekend. So like, I think it was probably on a Monday. I get a call from the HR department that's local, I guess. And I could be wrong, but the person from phone said that it was going to be somebody local to that location. So anyways, I get a call. It comes up as through Seattle, which is the main hub for Amazon. But anyways, I'm speaking with the HR person. He was like, yeah, it looks like you didn't show up for your new hire event. And I'm like, sir, I went to my new hire event. How did you see on your end, right, that I passed my drug test. You see that my I-9 document was uploaded successfully. You see that I took my badge picture, and so he ended up saying, yeah, that's super weird. He was confused, right? Then he proceeds to say, well, the only thing I can think of is that position got filled. So you had me go through all of these steps, and now the position is filled. That shouldn't have been the case, but whatever. So I'm like, you know what, Candace, that means it's not meant to be. So sometimes you just got to take it and run with it, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to stress myself out over it. What I'm going to do is, keep checking. I'm going to keep checking. So your girl, over the course of a couple of weeks, so that was in September, I've been checking, different, things keep coming up, a lot of full-time positions, and I'm like, I don't want no full-time, a lot of, 32-hour shifts. So I'm like, Candace, you got to think outside the box. So I'm like, what about trying a different thing? Because you figure Amazon has they have different warehouses, right? As I mentioned, I have done the grocery shopping in the warehouse with Amazon Prime Now or Amazon Fresh, and I have done the delivery station. How about you try something different? Now, one thing I did not want to do off the bat, I did not want to work in the fulfillment center. My friend used to work there, and a lot of people that worked at the fulfillment center said that there's so much walking, it's ridiculous. I'm a big girl, y'all. I know I can use the exercise, but I'm just like, even for 4 hours, I'm like, I don't want to do that, So, and I will say, when my friend was working there, she used to do 8 or 10-hour shifts at that point. And the ones that I was looking at that full fulfillment that was available, there were some 4-hour shifts, but I was like, no, Candace, you know what type of person you are. No. So I was like, a sortation center came up, and I'm like, cool. Now these, we're getting closer towards the holiday seasons. And when I was looking for this was like September, end of September-ish, beginning of October-ish. And I finally, one day they had like 20 different ones for the sortation center. The sortation center is like close to 9 miles away from me. So not too far, right? So it takes like 15 minutes to get there. So I'm like, that's another thing I think about too. Is it going to be close by? Whatever. So I ended up applying for one. It will be like a night shift. It will be 4 hours. But it's 16 hours per week. And I'm like, excellent. So I applied for it. Had to do another or go to another new hire orientation. So I go there. They were like, oh, we see that we have your drug test on file, because that stuff lasts for so long. We have your I-9 information. I'm like, yeah, I was just here less than a month ago, you know. And they were like, okay, you're good. We got you signed in. Now, when I go to my orientation tonight, I'm going to have to, not my orientation, but my first day, I'm going to have to ask about the pay, because the pay there is at $15.50 an hour. But if you work between the hours of 7 p.m. and 6 a.m., you get an extra $2 per hour. So that would be me. So I'll be making $17.50 an hour. And you figure at my part-time job, that's what I make, right? $17.50 an hour. So I'm like, great. Because it'll kind of be like me working full-time, right? Because you guys know, inflation is real. Life is real. Yes, I am not struggling, but just because I'm not struggling don't mean I want to stay ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? Like, I know what has to be done. Mentally, I feel better in a sense that I'm able to get back out in the workforce. I have been ready to go back to my part-time job, but I've been waiting, for a short-term disability, because if they decline me, I most likely won't have a job if I've been out for, at this point, like a month and a half, right? So with no vacation time. So anyways, I'm like, cool, because if I do go back to my part-time job and I have Amazon, I'm going to be straight, right? Because you guys see, if you look at my budget videos, my savings is dwindling, right? It's dwindling. And, you gotta think right, because my whole thing was, Candace, I wanted to be part-time for at least a year or two. Coming up on the year mark, and I'm like, I know I can still probably do it, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be tighter, right? Let alone I won't have as many large expenses going forward. But still, I'm like, okay. So I get to and I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I get to the new hire orientation. They said, we're good. We got you signed in. The lady talks about the pay, and she mentions that if you work on Saturdays and on the weekdays, you get like an extra $1.50 or something like that. So she kind of went past it. Now on the website, it doesn't mention anything about any extra money. So I don't know what I'll be making. I just know for a fact I'll be making $17.50 an hour, because I get that $2 increase per hour. Okay. Really quick, you guys, let me tell you something. When I went to the second hire event, the lady was like, oh yeah, check me off. Oh, you did this already, my drug test and all of this, and my I-9. I left. I checked in, got my, talked to whoever I needed to talk to. And when I had left, like after like 30 minutes after I left, the lady, I get a call. And I'm like, hello? She said, this is Amazon. The one who like checked you in. I'm like, yeah. She's like, your I-9 information, we need that. I'm like, I gave you, I was just there. You told me everything was fine. And I knew, once again, by phone and by phone, both times when I spoke with the representative by phone and then the local, I guess, HR, they said that my I-9 information was up to date, because once again, with the previous new hire event, I submitted that information. So they said it was on file. And when I went into the second one, the lady said, yeah, I had everything. So for whatever reason, as she probably was looking over stuff, I was like, if you need me to come back in, I'll be more than happy to do so. I had my card, my passport card with me. She was like, wait, I think this is something on our end. Let me just keep checking. So the call ends up hanging up. I'm still waiting on the phone. She puts me on hold and she ends up hanging up on me. And I'm like, I ended up calling her back like a couple minutes later. She's like, you know what? It's on our end still. I just have to get this fixed. So basically what I'm thinking may have happened was, with that first new hire event, that there was a how can I say it, that there was something on there and that needed to be done. Probably because I've been in the system before. I don't know. I have no idea. But the only thing I can think of is that the first time when I, went to the new hire event, they put everything through, but there was a hook, like something hung up somewhere on their system. So when this lady called me, I'm thinking like she was proactive and she's seen that and they fixed whatever they needed to fix. So that's the only thing I can think of about that first one, because if this lady wasn't proactive, it probably would have done the same thing over and over, saying that there was something wrong. Because once again, even when I was there, she said we have everything, and I had confirmation from 2 other people from 2 different HR aspects, and then for her to call me saying that, oh, we need this information. Something's not right with your I-9. And I'm like, it's past. I was just there with you. And she said, we don't need it. We don't need your card. You're fine. And I'm like, okay. So that's the only thing I can think of. Sometimes with Amazon, y'all, you guys have to stay on top of them. As I mentioned, this lady was proactive. She ended up calling me back. She ended up calling me saying that there was an issue, but as she looked through it, with somebody else that was at the hiring event, they seen there was something on there and that they just needed to push through. So I'm thankful for her that she did that. That just means it gives me a good indication that this is meant for me, because otherwise it could have just been the same thing over and over. So yeah, I'm very appreciative. I just wanted to fill you guys in on that. And just let you know, there's always some type of hiccups I'm coming across with Amazon in regards to like the hiring, and this is the part of that. So I like a couple days go past, I log back in, see what's going on. I finally get I see that I'm good to go, right? I finally get an email to go over documents, fill out my direct deposit. Now I'm in the right direction. So I'm happy about that, y'all. So happy. I'm like, Amazon. But like I said, I know things happen for a reason. I probably wasn't supposed to go back to any type of work for prior to when I was supposed to start there, So everything works out. Everything works out. And sometimes, you just got to take it, because sometimes we want things, but some things aren't meant for us. And we just have to roll with the punches and know that something else is better or something else is needed for us to do what we need to do. So let me show you guys my shoes. So you guys know, if you don't know, yearly, I know every single time I worked for Amazon, I have been able to get free work shoes. They give you $110 Zappos like gift card or credit. And you can only use it on specific work shoes. There's a whole bunch of them. You can do it on get work shoes, insoles, and socks. So what I'm gonna do is another video, and that process was a little bit different from what I'm used to. So I just wanted to let you guys know your girl got a new job. I will be starting today. And I'll come back to you and let you know. I did get the email stated that I should have gotten a email to do like my KNet, like 1 to 3 hour training. I didn't get that email, but the email said that if I didn't receive it, when you go on your first day, they'll ask those questions, and if you need help or to get it, they'll go over that. But they did mention the first 1, 2, and 3 days that we work, that will be training, and you can expect it to be up to 5 hours for all 3 first days. And then after that, they did mention that there's a possibility that they may flex you up an hour or down an hour. You won't know until you throughout your shift if they're going to flex it up, but I'll be fine. If I do have to work more, or if they don't have enough work, if I have to leave, I'll be fine with that. But once again, this is just to make sure I have some income coming in, y'all, because it's hard out here. It's hard out here. Yes, I do my budget videos with y'all. Y'all see my income. You see where my money's at. But y'all, I'm not going to be dependent on my savings, like my emergency fund. You know what I mean? That's for emergencies. So yeah, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna do another video, show you my shoes, talk about the way that did the Zappos things this time, and I'll show you what I got. So I'll talk to you. I'm super excited. I hope I like it. If not, so be it. But I'm so thankful that Amazon is always hiring, especially during this time of the year as well. There's just so many positions. If you are in an area and you want to work for Amazon, if there's, as I mentioned, I was looking on there every single day because things pop up. You know what I mean? Things pop up. Shift changes, what they offer changes, the days that they're offering, because you know there's just a lot to choose from. If you if you want to work for Amazon and you don't see something there immediately, keep checking back. Keep checking back, especially going into the holiday season. They're going to need workers. People leave Amazon constantly, y'all, constantly. I'll be seasonal. Of course, there will be an option. There may be an option for me to, you know, convert into like a permanent employee. I don't know how that's going to work for me, if I'm going to even need that. We'll see. We'll see. Well, let's see if I even like the job, first of all. So, of course, I'll come back to you and let you guys know. I will say for this location, every Amazon is different, but at least the minimum wage is at least $15 an hour. Everybody will make at least $15 an hour. Some locations may make more. You may get a premium pay. So like the sortation center that I'm in, they do that 2-hour premium pay. Once again, if you work between certain or if your schedule is within certain hours. So that's how I'm going to be making $17.50 an hour. But there are other locations, and it will let you know if there's going to be like a bonus. I know there's like a delivery station that's like 14 miles away, still here in Richmond, and there's $1,000 bonus. But I will say it doesn't, on the website, it does not specify how you get the bonus. All it says is that you have to be there or be hired by December something, but it doesn't say, you know, when that will be paid out or anything like that. So I'm guessing you have to start work before that December date, but they don't say anything else about what the qualifications are to earn that $1,000 bonus. So they will most likely go over that with you at your new hire orientation when you bring in your I-9, take your badge photo, and you do your drug test. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm super excited. Amazon does not fail me, you guys. I'm a type of person, I don't like change, okay? Kind of hence why I keep going back to Amazon when I want to get out the house, or if I, you know, just because in the past I just wanted to get out the house, you know, for my depression. This time around, your girl needs the income, okay? Your girl needs the income. Everything's up in limbo. And I'm like, man, if I can work 16 hours, making the same amount that I'm working at my part-time job, I'll still be financially okay, you know? So, and I'm like, at least that'll get me through the year until we figure out what's going on. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, really, I'm gonna go, and I'll show you another video or come back with another video about what I got from Zappos. All right, bye.